business needs to catch on. I mean, it needs to go viral. Which is why in today's video, I'm recommending a book by Jonah Berger called Contagious. Why Things Catch On. In my opinion, another name for this book is marketing. Rather, word of mouth marketing. Because this book provides cutting-edge science about how word of mouth and social transmission works, and how you can leverage them to make your products and ideas successful. So if you're looking to grow your business, ideas or products, in fact you're an entrepreneur, let's dive in. The thing is, there is good news. Virality isn't born. Let me say it in a different way. Virality is not follow come. If you're in Nigeria, you understand what I mean. It's made. The point here is to bring out the virality in any product or service. Okay? I read the soft copy, so I don't have the hard copy. This book covers 6 principles of consciousness. The first one is social currency, trigger, emotions, public, practical value, and stories. I'll be giving you the things I learned from it, so you might want to share what you learned. So if you've read the book, if not, get your copy now and don't waste time. You need to grow. The first lesson I learned is, if you want to get people talking, give them a way to make themselves feel and look good while promoting your product or service. People tend to share their tastes, preferences, and their values when they recommend products and services, whether directly or indirectly. That, in a nutshell, is social currency. It's the idea that you want to share something that makes you look clever. The key here is create an enabling opportunity to make them earn social currency by talking about your product, services, and ideas. Bearing in mind that most people would rather look smart than dumb, rich than poor, entertaining rather than boring. How does talking about your product make people look? I like how Jonah Berger puts it. Just as people use money to buy products or services, they use social currency to achieve a desired positive impressions among their families, friends, and colleagues. Hence the rise of NFT, non-fungible token. So let's get to the second lesson I learned from this book, Contagious by Jonah Berger. Berger. Please forgive me, it's not intentional. The second lesson I learned is, if you want people to remember and share your work, link your product with cues and stimulus. That reminds me about habits, power of habits. I made a video on that too, so you might want to watch it. I'll drop the link on the description box. What was I saying? If you want people to remember your work, link your product with cues and stimuli. In a relevant environment, triggers are like habits. What provoked you to think about a product? The Good Morning TV show and Coffee with Sean, that's Think Media, is a smart example. The idea is that you want to link the name of your product or service, that environmental cue that people engage with on a regular basis. Create a mental linkage between situations where someone might need your product or service, so that on an ongoing basis at a specific time where they are likely to be interested in what you have created, they have an environmental cue that you have helped link. So consider how, when, why, or where someone is most likely to be using your product or services that you have created. The third lesson I learned from this book, Contagious by Jonah Berger, is emotions. This is one skill you need to pay attention to. How does people feel at the mention or use of your brand? Excited, happy, smart, dumb, foolish? What's the emotion that goes into their mind? There are positive and negative emotions. A post that shows humor, excitement, anger, and anxiety are more likely to catch on than a post with sadness and contentment. Another lesson again I learned is, if you want to make your product or your service contagious, you want to make it easier for people to see other people using whatever it is that you've created. Make your product public. Just like the author reinforced the saying, monkey see, monkey do. Humans see and do also. I remember going to a thrift market. I noticed a crowded vendor and I instantly joined because I saw that a lot of people are buying. So the vendor is most likely to have good product. And I'm sure most of the people in that queue stopped for the same reason. Basically, you should look for a way to show off people using your product or service. Public observance is phenomenal in marketing. People who see you using a good product are more likely to emulate and use the product than a product they haven't seen anyone use. The wristband instance from the book is an insight. The easier it is for people to publicly show support for your product or service, the easier it is for other people to buy or join your brand. Let me use the author's exact word. Making things more observable makes them easier to imitate, which makes them more likely to become popular. So the next lesson I learned from this book, Contagious by Jonah Berger, if you can show people how your product can benefit them, it makes it easier to spread the news and pass it on to a neighbor, a colleague, friends and families. It is important to highlight the incredible value of what we offer. Show practical value. I basically told him, you don't have to read from hard copy. There are tons of soft copy books and even audio books, podcasts, YouTube channels that you can subscribe to. He subscribed to Skill Faculty channel. Now he's becoming a better version of himself with each video. Okay. That was me just trying to tell you a story. You guys know how much I enjoy reading stories, and I'm not alone. Jonah Berger emphasizes on how story can make your product or services contagious. The question here is, how can you wrap what it is that you offer into a story? Remember, stories, they say, sticks. So in conclusion, it doesn't have to be a combination of all these things every time. It can be one or two of them. The bottom line here is that these are core reasons someone would like to share something with somebody else. While that's your Facebook post, Instagram reel, YouTube shorts, it's most likely to be shared, while it could go viral. So I urge you to read this book if you want your business, personal brand to catch on, to be popular, to go viral. Until our next video, I'll be here answering your questions on the comment section. You can also send me a direct email, skillfaculty1@gmail.com. Bye!